What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. On today's video, we're going to be discussing the damage colors and icons in New World and some of the weapon strengths and weaknesses. If you're new here, my name is JJ and I do live stream daily, so please consider subscribing with bell notifications on if you want to see more content like this, or join us in the live streams. And if you enjoyed today's video or find it helpful, make sure to hit that like button. Today's goal is going to be 50 likes, guys. Hope you guys can crush that. Last thing, guys, links to all my gaming gear is down below, so if you want to check that out, they are Amazon affiliate links, so I do get a small kickback, but it costs you nothing extra. All right, guys, well, let's jump right into the video. So what do the different damage color types mean? If you see the damage number in white, that means you're doing regular damage. The enemy isn't strong or weak against your attack. If you see yellow or arrows going up, this means that you're doing increased damage to that enemy, meaning they are weak to that damage type that you're doing. If you see blue damage numbers or arrows going down, that means the enemy is taking reduced damage, meaning they are strong or resistant against the damage you're doing. And then orange means that you're doing a critical strike. Now keep in mind, if you are behind the enemy, you have a 100% chance of critting. So to check what kind of damage the weapon you're using is doing, go ahead, go to your character, weapon mastery, and hover over the weapon that you're using. So for instance, sword and shield does both slash and thrust damage depending on if you're doing light attacks or heavy attacks. Rapier is doing thrust damage. Hatchet does slash damage. Spear does thrust. Great axe slash. Warhammer strike. Bow thrust. Musket thrust. Fire staff fire damage. Life staff nature damage. And ice gauntlet ice damage. Now there are some other damage types that you can get through either gems or perks. One example is right here, you can do some lightning damage. So here 20% of damage is converted to lightning. So if you're going up against a mob that's weak to lightning, you may want to add this to your weapon, so that way you're doing some lightning damage. And then if you put it on a piece of gear, you get 2% lightning damage absorption. Now of course this is the cheaper gem. There are more expensive ones which will have a higher number as far as the percentage. Here the sapphire is arcane damage, so you could either do arcane damage or absorb arcane damage. And then last we have void damage. So if you want to do void damage, add this to your weapon. If you want to absorb it, add it to your gear. So shout out to newworldfans.com for this chart here. So at the top of the chart, it shows you the weapon damage types, which we went over earlier based on your weapons. On the left, it shows you the enemy types. Now using slash, for example, the blue means that slash damage is weak against ancient mobs. And then you see the 20% yellow with the arrows going up, showing that slash damage is really good against angry earth mobs. Now this is a good chart to have so that you can see what type of enemies your weapons are good against or weak against. So when you're out questing, you can maybe make some adjustments, pick a different weapon. Or if you're doing a dungeon, you can also make sure you're going in there with the right weapons. One thing that stands out here is that beast enemies do not have any strengths against any weapon, so you can use any weapon against them, and especially a thrust weapon will do really well against them, but they're not resistant to anything. And obviously the numerical values are percentages, so not everything increases or decreases the same amount. Now another thing I wanted to note is that on your attacks you have a symbol for each damage type, so I will list them here on the screen. Also note that slash, thrust, and strike damage is considered physical, while fire, nature, ice, arcane, lightning, and void is all considered elemental. Well guys, if you found this video helpful, please make sure to hit that like button and share with someone that may find it beneficial. Also leave a comment down below for any tips or tricks I may have missed. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.